Hooray!
Woo!
Alright, so hello and welcome, gentlemen. This is indeed one of those impromptu runs. So, before we get started, does anybody have any pregame purchases to make? I know Gwyn already failed his addiction roll and he's going to have to pop some jazz as we start. But past that, anyone else making any other purchases? And
Let's think. I don't know.
Grackle,
The bully's
Splice,
going
Grackle and Splice, just letting you guys know. If you type it out in Skype, I am not going to see it. So
Okay,
either type
got
it
it.
out in Roll20 or just speak out loud.
Good thing. Yep, no worries. Thanks for clarifying.
I'm going to try to get to why the fuck not? A clip of 80 PS. A single clip.
Okay, so you can get up to
Let's
10
see.
sniper rifle APDS rounds. Bobbly.
It's actually machine pistol rounds. But I'm trying to get like how much?
I
is
was telling Bobbly who made his roll.
Yeah. Where's my fixer contact? 3. Okay, so I made my fixer less shit than the last guy at least.
Thank you. And the reason for APDX, because he's already got stick and shock for it. And regular.
I'm good. I
Okay,
roll for anything I can do.
alright.
I ain't got I ain't finding shit.
Fresh out, some asshole stole all of it.
Damn it! Every time.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna use Romeo's power to buy 30 reagents, but, you know, no
Okay.
rolls required.
Okay. And Splice is typing. And he's typing. And he's typing. Okay. So, welcome to the table, officially. Just for those of you that are unaware, I usually go left to right when doing things such as what we're about to do. As you all received the call from your fixers, excuse me, that the Johnson wants you all to meet him in Puyallup. It's going to be Southern Puyallup, one of them Z-zones with detestable people in it. The meet is for about 2 hours from now. So, what are you wearing? How are you getting there? Grackle.
All right, I toss on the overcoat and basic tweed suit that I like to wear, the armored suit, the Mortimer of London, and I'm going to drive the old Ford Americar, cycle through a couple of the fake license plates till I see one I haven't used in a couple weeks, and drive down.
All right. Stray, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
Yeah, Stray will slip into her armor jacket, put on her obvious PPP leg kit, have her form guard strapped under. The ballistic mask is in a bag with her, and she's gonna call a Johnny Cab. And she's a preferred customer, so it's armored.
Okay. All right. Connor, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
Connor is going to be wearing his armored jacket probably because this is Puyallup and well, shit. I have no means of transportation, and I don't know if public transportation goes into Z zones, at least in a way that I could afford.
I hear they don't.
All right. Could I roll navigation to try and find a route that's pseudo safe?
Emphasis on pseudo, sure.
Just
Give me a navigation roll.
that's my navigation roll. Fuck.
Okay, roll me edge.
And
I
here
knew
we
this
see a
was coming.
character. And here we see a character
This is it.
die before he comes to the meet.
And crikey, it's a first-time character out in the wild.
And he just navigated
Careful, little
into
boy.
the
Careful.
tornadoes.
Easy boy. Okay, go ahead and roll me surprise.
Oh shit. Okay. Surprise is your reaction plus intuition, correct?
Yep. Reaction plus intuition. Or your perception
Okay.
if you have combat sense. One of the two.
There we go.
I'm sorry, sir, you have failed your surprise roll.
That's not the surprise test roll is 3, right?
Yes.
Do I want to use a point of edge before I even know what the fuck's happening?
This is
All
up to
right.
you.
I do.
Okay, so you are not surprised when you hear the pitter-patter of smaller footsteps behind you as somebody lunges at you. Go ahead and give me a melee defense.
All right. See, did I put any ranks in that? No, I did not. All right, let's pray.
Are you getting jumped by a baby ghoul?
Oh my god, praying works.
But
I
only
need to do
just.
that
So,
more.
while you don't feel any real force behind it, that is definitely a taser hitting you. Go ahead and soak 8 stun at -5.
Okay, 8 stun, -5.
Mm-hmm. Twice.
Okay. So that's 6 damage. The second one is 4 damage.
Which puts you at 10 stun.
And I'm almost knocked out.
Almost or are knocked out.
No, I have one box that isn't filled in yet. Well, shit. Oh my god. Are these some punk gangers trying to steal my shoes? I hope. Maybe if I'm lucky, they'll just steal my shoes. Alright, so now what do I do?
Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are unconscious, sir. On
Alright.
10. Unless I am missing something.
I have 5 willpower. Does that add up?
5 is 11. Yep, you're still up by 1. So,
Okay, can I at least look at the assholes who did this?
so as you're juddering and trying to get control of your limbs back, you're actually on the ground from this. You see a smaller waifish, like, she's really not really all there. Like, she has twigs for arms. But it's an elfin-looking girl, just holding the taser on as if her life depended on it. You may act.
Alright then. You know what? I didn't want to be a dick about this, but wait, they shot me twice?
You got tased once
What?
for the surprise attack, and then your round started in contact with the taser.
Ah. Should I take out the taser? Can I take out the taser darts right now? And will that be a simple action or a complex one?
Well, it's a contact thing. Like, she is
Oh, okay,
pressing it on you. Yeah.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it, I'm mad. I'm gonna do 2 things right. Wait. If I go berserk, that gives me 1 less stun box, and that would just knock me out instantly. Like,
That's how it reads.
well, I'm not gonna go berserk then, but I am going to complex. I'm probably going to like just pull out my TMP,
Okay.
and I'm going to simple action burst fire this thing into her. What should I do? Just fuck it, 5 shots, full auto, right in her face.
Okay. Go ahead and make the shot at -7.
-7.
Yep. For prone, unstable firing position, and point blank.
Okay, -10. Oh wow.
As well as being
Ready?
tased.
Okay, let's attempt.
Okay. And that was a -4 for her to dodge?
Yes. They.
Okay, so how much damage is that?
As effectively 8 stun plus 1 soak.
Okay.
That's including the net hit.
Okay. Alright, so now I get to roll something else on my side to see if she hangs on for dear life.
Mhm.
And she doesn't. As she grabs her face and you hear a wailing scream as she pulls the taser off of you and begins to run away.
Okay. I'm gonna probably take a while to get up and get moving again, but
Okay, how long are you taking?
probably just. I'm just gonna take like. I don't know, guys. How far? You know what?
It's been
I'm
back.
gonna just probably. Should I probably just drag myself to the meet, or should I just like rest for a bit, guys? What, an hour or two? What should I do? Oh shit! The meet's in an hour.
Well, my real question to you is how long do you stay there laying on the street with a TMP in your hand? I mean, this is pile up, but
Shit, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to drag myself and keep going.
okay, go ahead and give me a, I believe it is body plus willpower to get up.
All right, I can do this.
And you do have your wound penalties on this roll. Threshold 2.
Okay, so I got -3 to do this. So I got. Okay, come on, get up. Yay! I
Hooray!
did it. I'm not dead yet.
So,
This is pathetic.
so are you walking again?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna like open carry because I don't want to look like that dumbass who's not carrying a gun in Poil Up.
Okay, so you're open carrying?
Yeah, it's Poil Up. There's no. Is anyone actually going to stop me?
Well, open carrying and pile up implies a certain ready to roll type thing. Like, if it's in your hand, someone might shoot you just cuz.
That's a
This is
fair
something your
point. I
character
think
would
I'll
know.
probably just gonna holster it. Probably just try to stay clear of any gang areas and just keep going.
Okay, go ahead and roll me one more edge.
Just fuck my shit up for me.
I'm sorry, Cassie, but this is too funny.
It is. I can't.
It
laugh.
is.
God.
You hear a girlish scream, "There he is!" Behind you.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm going to do? I
What's
think
that?
I know exactly what I should be doing in this situation. I am going
Which is?
to run the fuck away.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a run check.
And okay, let's just get the fuck out of here.
All right. You successfully get the fuck out of Dodge. uh,
Did I at least make it to the meet yet?
yes, you have made it to the meet.
Good.
So,
I'm gonna cry now.
I think I'm gonna
10 out of
change your.
10.
I think I'm gonna change your flair to sideshow. All right,
Thank you.
Bobley. After that distraction, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
But Bully's gonna be wearing the armor jacket, and gonna toss the helmet in the footwell of the nice jackrabbit. All the restricted stuff's gonna go into the rucksack that's going to go into the trunk with the wireless turned off. And I'm going to drive from Touristville to Pulliup.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an edge. Well, hot damn. So you make it there without incident. Splice, how are you getting there? What are you wearing? We have the benefit of voice chat, so if you could speak.
Yeah, no problems. I just have some background noise, so I was trying to save you guys some of it. So Slice's main way of getting around is his rigged Mirage. He's generally wearing his bike armor, and he will tuck his chameleon suit into the smuggling compartment, in addition to the stuff that normally sits in there, just in case it's necessary on the run.
Okay.
And he will get there at speed on his bike. He's rigged, he's delayout wheelman, so that should make his speed and such quite easy.
Go ahead and give me an edge check. Or navigation, whichever one. Okay. So you make it there without incident. You noticed that there were a couple side streets that had quite conspicuous roadblocks on them that did not look official at all. But you avoided all those, and you all arrive at the Johnson meet, as it were. The building itself is mostly nondescript for a standing building in Puyallup. It's mostly intact, which really makes it kind of stick out now that you're thinking about it. Oh well. It's a one-story building. It looks like there was 2 stories at one point, but it's been sheared off by something you think a rocket blast. Maybe? I don't know. But the windows are mostly intact. One of them's taped with an X on it. Another one's boarded up. The front door is open wide, and right above it you see Gary's Snack Shack. And under it, a little hanging piece of plywood that says closed.
And we are all there? Or are we
Yes,
at-
you all arrive at... Yeah, you're all going to arrive at roughly the same time, except for Connor, who's going to be a little bit late. Or actually, no, he's... Actually, no, Bob... Connor's going to make it there right on time because he's hauling ass. So let's go ahead and go left to right and describe your characters. Grackle.
And I've got my my drab overcoat on and a chewed up cigar in my mouth, and I take a look at him. I'm like, look a little rough for the wear there, buddy. I assume you're all here for the same meet with Mr. J.
Stray.
Well, just describing for now. It's Stray is a human, female, mid-20s, to end of 20s. She has like her hair is like in the back is black, and she has this shock of red hair in the front, and she has like this belt, and lots of fetishes and dangles are just all over it, and all of that jazz. And I want to take a perception check. Don't want to get jumped here. She has the common sense to know that Puyallup is a bad place to be around.
Well, I've heard.
So
Connor found out.
that's visual, right? I can do a visual one.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's 12, 14 dice for me. I can keep 7.
So, looking around, you find that the building is quite sturdy for what it is. It looks to be reinforced by something. Looking around, you do see that everybody looks to be what they describe themselves to be. You also know that across the street in the quote-unquote abandoned building, there are 2 people on the 2nd story in one of the empty windows looking at you. They're hiding themselves quite well, and you're surprised that you even saw it. But you do see the 2 men. You can't really make too much out of them, but they're wearing black and they're in a dark area, so silhouettes at most. You also note that the surrounding area is extremely rubble-strewn, and you also note that there is what looks to be the remains of a murder site not too long ago. Maybe within the last 20, 48 hours. Over there, probably about 100 yards from you.
It's Puyallup. What do you expect?
Okay.
Yeah, no. And the two figures are in the house we are supposed to meet.
No, they're across the way.
Across the way. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna keep this information to myself for now, and I'm gonna go and knock on the door.
Okay. Connor, what do you look like?
I look like a normal elf, a bit gruffer though. I guess like actual facial hair, unlike most elves. I guess like I don't know if elves grow. Do elves grow beards? I don't know. Like he doesn't really have a beard. He just looks scraggly. You know what I mean? And he's like, he probably looks a little beat up.
He looks a bit dusty, dirty, and
he looks like he's been rolling
driver.
around on the ground and he's been spasming on the ground and pulling up. So yeah.
So which 3 diseases did he pick up?
that's for the random roll generator to find out.
My. Sorry.
Super cancer.
Rabies, syphilis, and the plague.
Bubonic or demonic?
So Bobbly.
Boboli steps out of his car. He is a extremely erective carriage. He is currently wearing a smart wig that is configured into a faux hawk. His black armor coat reveals black tactical pants and black combat boots. He grabs his Marpat surplus rock out of the back of the trunk and starts looking around, doing the whole perception thing.
Okay. Give me a visual perception. Yep. You see mostly the same thing Stray saw, except that the building next to you is probably abandoned. That murder site, though, that's a lot of blood. It's pile up. And you also feel this really compulsive twinge in the back of your head that you really should check this door. Splice, what are you looking like?
Splice is standing in his combat bike armor. He'll still have his helmet on, but he'll turn off the masking on the tint on the visor so he can see out of it and people can see into his face. Tanned, shaved head, nothing dramatic about his face.
All right.
His armor is probably in urban camo at the moment. Looks like it's been through some use, nothing extravagant, just it's got some obvious, a little bit of patching here and there. Still in good condition though. And he will also take a peek around.
All right. So you see pretty much the same thing Bobbly saw. There's that abandoned building across the way. The rocks and the stuff. The building looks like it used to be 2-story, but not anymore. But yes, that is what you all see, and that's what's in front of you. Stray, as you went to go to the door to knock on it, you realized right then that the door was actually open. Looking inside, you see a reception area that looks like it was once a diner type affair, where there were booths, I guess would be the closest term. You know, those wraparound pieces. Booths and tables and whatnot with a bar area with disused and decommissioned food service stuff in there. There is a bum is the best way to describe him. He's got the the knit sock over his head. He's wearing a coat that's 2 sizes too big for him. He's got a big old scraggly beard. And he looks at all of you with this look that is not very becoming of a bum, because he looks like he's judging each of you in terms of how long it would take to kill. He goes, go on through there, as he points to the kitchen door.
Okay. Yeah, okay, now Stray will walk in and, yeah, and she will, like, whisper, like, going close and whisper to the bum character, like, the two outside, across the street, belong to you?
You see him raise a brow. Yep. Go ahead and roll a con.
Oh, yay. Would fast talk apply?
No.
Oh, shame.
Bully's gonna grab his helmet real quick.
Yep. Oh.
So, those are apparently his people.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, well.
then check the door.
Okay. So, go ahead and give me a perception on the door. There are no traps.
Okay.
All right. So aside from the guy that's apparently doing the security for this area, and the response, by the way, Splice, to your inquiry on security procedures, what kind of ambush points you can expect here, the answer is pretty much yes. You are in a terrible position if you are going to get ambushed. Like, while the building might be slightly reinforced, it's not going to hold out for long under any sort of sustained fire.
That's why I still have my visor on.
Dumb question, but I'd like to make a quick roll.
Okay.
What do I smell?
So you smell blood. A lot of humanish blood. The man across from you also smells of gun oil and body odor. And when I smell blood, it is very much present here. Like, those that do not have enhanced smell might be able to pick it up. But there's also a slight tinge of bleach or chlorine as well.
So someone's trying to clean something up. Yeah.
Does anybody go on through the door that
I'll,
Bobbly has very happily checked for you to make sure that there are no traps?
I'll tip my hat at the bum, mutter much obliged, draw my cigar, and stroll through the door, making sure to check my hip a little and balance my predator not so subtly as I walk through.
So, Grackle, you stuff the cigar and exhale as you push your way through the door. The smoke rings around you as you step inside and find a very sterile environment. There are 2 stainless steel tables here, and a man that looks to be cleaning himself up with a rag with a few bloodstains on it. He has a white shirt that has, it's a dress type shirt. The cuffs have been rolled up to his elbows. His tie has been loosened and the top 2 buttons unbuttoned. He is an elf. Extremely skinny. He has a very, I guess you could say, astute aura around him. He looks very concerned about the job he is doing right now, and is an expert at what he is doing. The area around is bathed in harsh white light. Like, this is the brightest area you've been in a while. The walls are a nice salmon pink, and the roof is mostly intact. This is probably the nicest area in Parlop, as you look around.
How skinny are we talking?
Well, not waifish like the thing that Connor shot. He's skinny like he doesn't eat a whole lot. Yeah, he's skinny like he doesn't eat a whole lot type thing.
Can I roll magical threats?
You absolutely can.
I got a sneaking suspicion and 2 hits. Is he infected? Or like, is this
With 2 hits, I mean, if he was infected, for one, he would not. He would have cataracts in his eyes. And also,
I mean HMHV2. Like, is he
a harvester? No.
harvester?
His
Okay.
his hands are intact. His teeth look normal. His face looks normal. His eyes are again normal.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not bald, but he's balding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
And
Do not
Grackle,
have
as
what
you
I have to call Reverend Winters.
as you look around, oh yes, hello, so nice to meet you. You're the private investigator I was asking about, yes?
Indeed. You got a dame that needs to be found, I'm your man. Or really anything else. I'm not too picky these days. I assume you're Mr. J?
Yes, Mr. Johnson is the word I will use to describe myself. And the rest of you, please step in.
Splice watches the door while everyone else files in, make sure no one's following them after, and then ducks in himself and closes the door.
Okay. So as you close the door behind you, it latches shut with a very mechanically satisfying clunk. And Grackle, you actually noticed a small shiver go through the man's spine as he hears that noise.
You,
I will not...
a bit chilly in here?
No, not at all. Not at all. As he finishes up and places the rag on the table. So, I want you all to retrieve my dearest maiden for me. She was taken far too early, I must say. She went off hunting spirits, and he actually kind of rolls his eyes as he says that. But, alas, what can one do? Flights of fancy are indeed very seductive. His mouth curls in a smile as he says that. She's in the morgue in Everett. I'm sure you all know the place, but if you don't, I will provide you with the address. I want you to retrieve her and bring my lovely woman back to me.
Well, you're talking my kind of talk there, Mac. Now, you say Everett. Boy, that is it's a bit of a drive. You know, we got some traffic. What kind of timeline are you thinking here?
Oh, you see him actually looking down and thinking. He's holding one hand in a half fist while the other very nervously taps against the knuckles. Oh, 3 days, I believe, before they actually process the body.
Uh-huh.
Jane Doe or Sinner?
She had a sin, quite a few if we are being truthful, but she was a Jane Doe. You'll know her. She has hair like yours, as he points at Stray. Only a bit more burnt. She died in a very horrific fire. I won't explain further. I'm sure you don't need the details.
I reckon that'll make her distinctive, at least. Now, I hate to be crass when discussing the subject of a lost loved one, but what sort of recompense are we talking?
Of course, I will pay you for your professional endeavors, and as I mentioned, he'll actually look at you each in turn very appraisingly as I roll something on my side. Your discretion, his mouth curls into a full smile when he says it, is indeed valuable. So valuable, in fact, that I'm going to give you each, as he points to you, each in turn. 5,000 nuyen of fronts. And more upon the return of my maiden.
How discreet do you want this? Do you want her replaced so no one knows anything happened?
I will leave the details in your capable hands. All I truly care about is having her back, but the less attention, the better.
And is anyone else missing her? Perhaps family, friends that we should know about?
Oh, none of mention that are alive, at least. There may be some extended family that I've heard of her before, but none that would be too concerned.
And this spirit journey chase that she was on, are you anticipating attention on her from that still?
No, the spirits that she was after were very what is the term? Oh, I'm not quite sure how to describe them other than what they are. She was after insects. They killed her, and she is no longer a threat, so they pay her no mind.
I chomp down on my cigar, crimping the end as my jaw tightens. Huh. I think our rates may reflect the situation accordingly.
Oh, of course. I understand. So, as he actually reaches into a pocket and produces 5 cred sticks and lays them out on the table in front of him, what do you say you get started?
Well, my friend's novel isn't going to publish itself, so I'm inclined to take your offer, sir, and I'm always a bit partial to a lost love story myself, so sure thing. And I pick up the cred stick, one of the cred sticks, and stick it in my left pocket.
He nods his head as you do so.
Stray will point at the cred stick and can you answer me one question before I pick this up?
He tilts his head inquisitively.
The 2 guys outside, they belong to you?
I wasn't aware that there was anybody outside of that door.
Can I roll con to see if he's
Absolutely.
lying? Or judge
Absolutely.
intentions?
You may roll con.
Okay.
As insane as it sounds, he is apparently unaware of there being anybody outside of that door.
He's in his own little world.
Yeah.
Okay. And while I'm doing this whole thing, I want to sense them. I like activate perception, and I want to sense them.
Okay.
And I will do the etiquette roll to avoid the mage stare.
Okay.
So 10, 6, sense. Oh, wrong. And 8 for etiquette. Okay.
All right. So, in sensing him, you see he is awakened, but only just. He is at best magic 1. He is not initiated. And he seems to be in good health, if a bit concerned. But you're not seeing any wear in him or anything.
Okay. Uh, okay, just so I
And for
can...
etiquette, he tilts his head the other way, like, why are you... Oh well. She's an intense type person.
Yeah, no, I will pick this up and just say, okay, thanks for the information.
You're very welcome. Connor Bobley's place.
What?
Grab the stick and ask him if he wants us to investigate potential security breach of two people outside his door.
Oh, I wouldn't pay them any mind. He says dismissively as if anything outside of this room is not his problem.
I'm gonna accept the job and say, well, after the trip, after what I've been through on the trip here, I kind of have to.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Did you have any troubles?
Yeah, just typical panhandlers, you know.
Oh, they're a menace, I tell you, an absolute menace.
Nice understatement, OOC.
And Bobley?
God
Boy
bless.
is gonna grab the cred stick, nod, keep his mouth shut.
All right. And so the man turns to his rag and grabs it daintily, goes over to a corner and lifts up a small little silver pan and puts it under there into a can of sorts, closes it, and then goes and busies himself off in another corner doing something in AR.
Well, all right then. Let's get down to biz, gentlemen.
And you may all add 5,000 new yen to your character sheets.
It's good.
So run him again. Out of the fire. Okay. Before I go, I want to make one last visual perception check just to examine the room, because this guy creeps me the fuck out.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, so.
So visually, this room, it looks like an operating room. Like, if you're being honest with yourself.
Hmm?
Like, it looks like an operating room. Or an
Okay.
operation theater, yeah.
Like street dog thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But better equipped.
It suspiciously better equipped, but yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no. Yeah. Stray will shrug and just ignore this weird feeling she's getting. And get out.
All right.
No, this is...
So,
Slice is going to brush past the Johnson and plant a stealth tag on him.
I'm not sure if I described it well enough, but he is... Here, I'll even draw you a picture. There we go. So, say this is the room, and this was the door you came in. There were two tables. The J was back here, and the group was only right there.
I'm concerned that instantly turned into a pentacle.
Well, sorry. Here, let me fix that for you. Ease your fears, if it were. The circle, there you go.
Thank you. I
There we go.
just
Check
don't
mark.
want to instantly be turned into, insect chow.
All right, so yeah, that's how it was. I mean, if you want to try and find a reason to go and brush by the jade, absolutely, you can absolutely try. I'm not telling you no.
When he placed things down, he had to provide the breadsticks in a location that was somewhat closer to him. Is there a blocker underneath the table? In which case, if there is not, I will use my monkey foot, reach under the table, and plant it on him with my foot.
So one is curious how you have monkey feet that are dexterous enough to work through boots or shoes. But okay, I'll
Who
let it
said
slide
anything
this
about
time.
boots?
Closed-toe boot shoes they're definitely something. But I'll let it slide this time. Go ahead and give me a palming test at -4. Would you like to spend edge?
Yes.
Okay,
So that'd be a total of 5?
that is correct. Okay, so you have planted it on his trouser, on the cuff of the trousers at the very bottom, how they wrap back up. You plant it in there.
Excellent. May not be useful, but it could be useful when we get to the meat later.
Okay. So you guys head out,
All right.
and
well,
you are back out in the wonderful world of pileup.
I'm going to ask, does
The
anyone have
bum
a
is no
ride?
longer there, by the way. But you do see his bed, the cardboard boxes that were laid out. You do see that that's still there, but you don't see the bum.
Or was he never
Interesting.
there at all?
Well, judging by the smell, he was here, at least recently.
Okay.
I'll look at everybody else once we're all in that room and be like, well, I guess it's time for introductions, and I'll introduce myself. I'm Grackle, and as you heard the guy in there say, I'm generally a PI, so I like to think I'm okay at finding things that go missing. What do you gents have for ideas so far?
Dunno. We would need to look. We need to look at the morgue.
Well,
Don't wanna
I know
jump
a
the
guy
gun.
who's affiliated with a business that sometimes deals with morgues. So I could give him a call if anybody else has friends that might have information on recent events that end with crispy bodies on flat tables. I suggest we call them all.
All right.
Yeah, but let's move out here and somewhere else. Atmosphere is giving me a headache.
Maybe a bar.
All right, I know a bar in SeaTac that's pretty all right. We could head there.
All right.
So first, how the fuck are we getting out of here?
Well, I was planning
Well,
on driving.
You see 2 cars, a bike, and a Johnny Cab.
Okay.
I came with a cab. How did you come here?
I walked.
Dumbass.
That
You've got a
would
good grip you
explain
can
why
ride
you
the back of my bike.
No, if Frey would just facepalm and like the loud kind of facepalm, just like, this is Puya Loop, you don't walk.
I'll just hold
I've
up
learned
my
this.
key fob, flash my car's security, and be like, just hop in, buddy. I'll take you to the bar.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna get in the car and like. Do you guys mind if we like take a few hours to rest or something?
we got 3 days.
All right.
And
Everybody
Stray
everyone
goes.
does a quick But
As Ray
everyone does a
gets
quick
back,
run around any highly likely contacts, and then we can meet up in a few hours.
maybe.
Works for me.
As Ray gets into her Johnny Cab, she wants to take a look at the window she saw the two figures in.
Okay, go ahead and give me a visual perception.
Ugh.
So you look in that window, but you don't see anything.
I do have low light in my contacts. Would that help?
So you're looking in there and you don't really see anything.
Okay. Yeah, just Ray will just take a mental note of that.
Okay.
And yeah, just get in and drive away.
Okay, so you drive away from the spooky, scary area in Puyallup.
You know, fuck people up.
The bully steps up to his car and motions at Connor. Get in. I'm gonna die walking out of here.
I get in.
And then we drive away.
Before we all split up, I'd like to just exchange comm codes quick so we all
Sure.
can communicate and link up. And then I'll just flash everybody an address to the Go-Go Girly Show and Emporium with a big thumbs up emoji after it saying, I happen to recommend this bar for low-level business discussions if you want to meet there.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are headed to the bar. Nothing of note happens on the way, thankfully. I've gotten my jollies by tasing Connor with a tiny little elf girl.
Yeah, and if you can believe the stream, somebody else will pick up on this.
But yeah, you're at the bar, which is a bar that I'm sure Grackle could describe for you.
It could best be described charitably as a burlesque bar that's trying its hardest and not quite making it. It's a bit run down. The neon is half burned out. The holographs are flickering. There's a somewhat skeezy guy at the door. I shake his hand as we go through. And I'm hoping behind the bar is my old friend Sparkles McClintock.
Yeah, is it okay if I just stay in the car for like an hour, guys? Like, I'm just gonna sleep for like an hour ride. I wonder
Louisa is an aging woman, but she's not gone too far down the hill. She's wearing a bustier that lifts in all the right places and slims in all the good places. And she has a smile that, would win over many a man if he was a few drinks in. And she's
I've been known
happy to
to
see you.
Have a drink or two. Sparkles, hon, I brought you some new clients.
Oh, I'm always happy for new clients, baby. What are the names? As she gets out your drink and...
And I briefly introduce everyone by a runner name and say, "You mind if we use the back booth for some biz for a couple hours?"
She puts her elbow on the table and scoots the drink a little bit closer to you. You pay for that and maybe.
Oh, of course, and I'll transfer her 100 new yen. You know I'd never stiff you on something like this.
She blows you a kiss and slides the drink over to the edge so that you can pick it up on the way into the back room.
Appreciate you.
All right. And you are in the back room. A back room is what it is. It's got those machines for pumping the the soda and crates, and it's kind of noisy, but you're actually kind of happy for the noise because that means anyone trying to listen is going to hear industrial noises and not voices.
Oh wait, Oh, I just remember my character has insomnia. Like that makes it take 2 hours to heal one for each heal attempt, right? Or my
If you fail
Yes.
your test, yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and make your test.
what is the test again? Willpower plus something or
Intuition plus something too. It's a 4 test. That's the Control F is strong enough.
Body
Control
plus
F.
willpower. Intuition plus willpower.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the threshold for. So yeah, you can heal 5 stun in the first hour. So everybody but Connor is in the back room, and thankfully for you, you don't see One-Eyed Frankie. But then again, he's a devil rat. That's slightly concerning. You don't see it. Shit.
He's getting fat and lazy, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, you were in the back room.
So the Johnson gave us the address.
Yes, he did. So the address is a small-time morgue, if it can really be called that. It's more of a coroner's office that got taken over by a street dock. And those of you with Seattle area knowledge of at least 3 know this is the place where the police dump sinless bodies. If they just want to get rid of them and off the streets, if the person died in an area where, leaving corpses out to rot isn't okay, this is the guy they drop them off to. They pay him 50 million, he takes care of it.
Oh. Okay. Well, Stray wouldn't know because she has no area knowledge.
Yeah. This could be a little easier than we anticipated, I hope. Shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
Don't jinx us.
It's too late. He said the E word.
Press F to pay respects.
No memes here, please. Can I? Oh wait, maybe it's. Yeah, no, we have time, so. I want to do 2 rolls impulse.
Okay.
First, I want to roll the checkpoint. My contact checkpoint, Data Haven. And second, I want to do a matrix search.
Okay.
So, the checkpoint, Data Haven, is a 5-3. It's connection times 2 plus loyalty, I assume, like usual.
Yes.
Good. And then a matrix search on the place.
Okay. Jackpoint, there's no mention of it on Jackpoint. At least directly. I mean, there is some innuendo and talk about, dropping people off at the corner or the place, or, the ghoul alley, and you're assuming that it's all talking about the same place, you get rid of the body here.
Yeah.
And
okay. The search,
on the matrix search,
brings up the same?
You get the public-facing website of the Everett Valley Coroner's Office. Not affiliated with Everett.
Okay. Yeah, so I get the public information and the hints.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. And Bobbly, what was that roll for?
That was to call Reverend Winters, my St. Sylvestrian contact, to see if he knows anything. It's a long shot, but the one time I've talked to him, there was creepy stuff, and this is creepy.
While he has concerns about this man, he hasn't heard of any activity in that area having to do with any of the infected. I mean,
all right.
he's quite sure that ghouls would be roaming the area, but none quite so organized or fastidious.
Stray can confirm. Ghouls and Grandits were in the area. She cleaned out some of them out. but you know, that was her first run basically. Crawling through fearless sewers. That's the reason she hates the zone. Okay, back to the run.
Yep. Nope. And Splice, if you could just say out loud what you already typed in, just so everybody can hear.
Yeah, no problems. Dr. Longstaff. He's bribable, but might stay bribed briefly if he's already been bribed by someone else. So we might have some challenges if he's been bribed to take very good care of our target. But if not, then we can probably bribe him for our own purpose.
All right, good info. Can you dig into his background and see how much of a real doctor he is? If he's working at the Everett Valley morgue, he may have a couple of incidents in his background that led him to a less than prestigious position.
The general impression I got was that he's working in a morgue as a doctor for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of Dr. Thunder to Dr. Roman, how much of a doctor is he?
The doctor part is in question.
That's good.
Okay. Put a pin in that and maybe have to come back and use it later. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to call a gent I know who walks the beat. He's in Seattle, but he may have heard of murmurings if lots of street folk are disappearing or anything. So I'd like to call my my beat cop contact, Reginald, and see if he's heard anything.
All right. Go ahead and roll me his loyalty ×2.
Sure thing. Got 2. Yep, I think I did that right.
Okay. So with 2 hits, Harry, man, it's kind of early for me. What's up? They got me on 3rd shift.
Oh, sorry, Reggie. I didn't know they switched your shifts on you. I tell you what, the next couple rounds at Oscars are on me.
Yeah, you owe me a couple, you bastard. So what's up, man?
Well, I'm looking for a dame.
Yeah,
and
you and every other guy I know.
Well, this one's pretty distinctive. She can best be described as crispy.
Oh, you on a job?
Got word that Miss Jane Doe here ended up at a morgue that I've heard the disenfranchised tend to end up at. Just wondering if you've heard any news regarding a sudden influx in street folk heading there, or any murmurs.
Which one? I mean, depending on the borough, we got a few that we drop people off on.
Yeah, it's up in Everett Valley.
Yeah, that guy. Piece of work that he is. So what do you want to know? I mean, I haven't heard anything, but big city. I've been over on the east side.
Yeah, I hear you. You well, if you happen to know anybody over there, there'd be a bottle of Handsome Jack in it for you.
You know what? I'm starting to feel kind of awake. I'll make a couple calls. Give me a couple hours. All right, Harry.
All right, appreciate it, Reggie. Talk to you soon.
I'm gonna hold you to it, by the way.
You got it in writing, guaranteed.
Yeah, just like last time. Talk to you later.
Take care, bud.
And yep.
But Jane mentioned bugs, right? Like bug hunting or something?
Spirits, bugs, no good. Chicago.
So, just to kind of put it together, she was attacking or going after bug spirits, but summarily, for somehow, who would have known, died in a fire.
Okay. And I assume she did this locally, right? Probably.
That's a very good question.
Because I want to roll Juliet.
Okay.
Need to have her for something except learning spells. So, should I roll her 15 dice?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay, because it's a specialty thingy, so I assume the 15 dice. Ooh, my rolls are off.
I'm gonna have to check something real quick.
I want to use the Novae enemy, basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come the fuck on. Okay. Now let me check Juliet.
If it's believed, she's 6'1" right now, so...
Mm-hmm. Just double checking the enemy.
So I basically want to know if she's heard anything about, like, insects or bug spirits around in the area, and, like, people dying, or, like, you know, something like that.
Okay. So, Juliet lets you know that there's a few, well, quite a few, aspiring bug hunters, but they all kind of die in the same sort of fashion, either enthralled, inhabited, or, otherwise dead. Eaten is another one. But somebody being burned alive, that's a bit unique for somebody hunting bugs and to die by them.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, thanks. And quick thanks back, and... It's odd.
What if they were fire ants?
Don't think so.
Are you
Anyway.
suggesting that Johnson might have lied to us?
Ooh. Big fucking deal.
Oh, perish the thought. Perish the thought.
Okay. So...
So
I wanted
that's the
to roll for...
information you guys have.
I can't dig up anything more. Shouldn't look at chat, it's too distracting. Okay.
While you're doing that, does anyone have a decent ability to talk their way through this kind of situation? I'm thinking a viable option might be to just walk in, talk with the doctor, and see if we could just bribe our way into getting what we want.
You ain't good with talking to people? I mean...
What
not in any kind of friendly way.
What kind of security are we looking at for this place? Like, what kind of, like, police response or stuff could we expect?
Well, does anybody in the group have common sense?
Yes.
Would you like to expend a point of common sense?
Sure.
So, being that this is a place that the police often drop bodies off at, any sort of response is going to be expedited, up to and including them diverting 2 or 3 cruisers to him saying, hey, something went wrong.
So this is a decent priority area, is what you're saying.
Well, saying that the police like to protect their own tools.
Makes
He
sense.
solves problems for them, so they're going to take care of them.
Yeah. No flagging around there. Yeah, might as well roll in.
Well, as long as we're keeping
Can
the
we
talk
take a-
friendly, it'll be viable.
So, as it is officially 1 hour into the game, those of you that are unaware, I usually take a 5 to 10 minute break every hour on the hour because it makes things nice and you stay refreshed. You can schedule the times that you go out, grab a drink, use the restroom, grab a smoke, do what you need to do, and all that good stuff. So with that said, let's go ahead and take our first 5 minute break of the game. Go ahead and grab a drink, grab a smoke, do what you need to do. Be back at 30.
Got it.